At 8:02 this morning, Larry felt reasonably okay about his life. He had a job, a place to live, 2 functioning knees. Things were going suspiciously well. Then he opened his phone. Someone had bought a house. Someone else had started a company. Someone younger than him had retired. And one man had already exercised, meditated, journaled, meal prepped, and watched the sunrise. Apparently before Larry's alarm went off. By 8:06, he was financially behind, professionally behind, physically behind, and somehow ashamed that he had never been to Greece. But nothing in his actual life had changed. Only the people he was measuring it against had changed. That instinct has a name. Psychologists call it social comparison. When there is no clear scoreboard, we often look at other people to estimate how we are doing. Comparison itself is not the problem. Bad comparison data is. By the end of this video, you'll have a 3-question test to separate a useful comparison from one that is quietly ruining your day. But first, let's see how the game gets rigged. Try this. Name the one person you are behind. Not everyone. One actual person whose complete life makes yours feel small. That is harder than it sounds, because you may not be comparing yourself with one person at all. You take one person's career, another person's body, someone else's relationship, another person's house, and a productivity creator's morning routine. Different people, different moments, one impossible opponent. Larry assembles the pieces, a Frankenstein made of highlights, and suddenly, that is the person he is supposed to outperform. But nobody in the feed is actually that person. No single human is winning every category at the same time. You are not comparing one life with another life. You are comparing your whole life with the winning category from dozens of different lives. That is the first part of the rig. The opponent does not exist. The second part is more subtle. Even the real people in your feed arrive through a filter. You see what someone chose to share, what fit inside the frame, and what the platform placed in front of you. The slow month usually stays off camera. The failed attempt rarely gets a dramatic soundtrack. And the completely ordinary Tuesday has terrible thumbnail potential. Not fake, just incomplete. Take a photo of someone holding the keys to a new house. The photo may be completely true, but it cannot tell you how long they saved, what help they had, what they gave up, how many offers failed, or whether they spent the previous night staring at a mortgage calculator in mild terror. You see the result. You do not automatically receive the context. And without context, your brain fills in the blanks, usually with a version that makes your own life look worse. Then there's the third part. Time gets compressed. Someone's 10-year journey becomes a 30-second reel. House, baby, promotion, marathon, all before you finish one scroll. The video removes the waiting, the repetition, the false starts, and the years when nothing impressive happened publicly. 10 years can begin to feel like one extremely productive week. Meanwhile, your week included answering emails, buying groceries, and looking for the keys that were already in your hand. You experience your own progress in real time. You experience everyone else's progress and fast forward. So when you see a win, mentally restore the missing time. Add the practice. Add the failed attempts. Add the ordinary days that did not make the edit. At this point, you may be feeling relieved, ready to blame the algorithm for every unopened bill and abandoned goal. Unfortunately, that is not the lesson. There is an uncomfortable possibility. You might genuinely be behind on something that matters to you. Maybe you have wanted to start saving for 2 years and still have not begun. Maybe you keep avoiding an important appointment. Maybe there is a goal you call important, but never make time for. That is different from being behind in life. You can be late on a goal without being late to your life. The point is not that you are automatically doing fine. The point is that your feed is not qualified to make that diagnosis. It does not know what you value. It does not know where you started. It does not know what responsibilities you carry. And it definitely does not know why you spent 3 months helping your family instead of launching a side business. So, how can you tell whether a comparison is useful? Ask 3 questions. First, same game? Do you actually want what that person has? Not what you started wanting 5 seconds after seeing the post. What you wanted before the post appeared. Larry suddenly feels incomplete because someone owns a sports car, even though 15 seconds earlier, he did not want one and still is not entirely sure what horsepower means. You cannot be behind in a race you never chose to enter. Second, similar stage? How long has this person been doing it? What experience, resources, responsibilities, and starting conditions shaped the result? The comparison does not need to be identical. It only needs to be close enough to teach you something. Someone 10 years ahead may be an excellent case study. They are still a terrible scoreboard for your Tuesday afternoon. Third, useful next step? Can you turn the comparison into a relevant action? They saved consistently. I could automate $50 from every paycheck. Useful. They are younger, richer, fitter, and currently in Bali. Therefore, my childhood was wasted. Not useful. Keep the information. Drop the verdict about your worth. Here is what that looks like. You see a founder celebrating a successful company. Same game? Yes. Building something matters to you. Similar stage? No. They have been working on it for 8 years. Useful next step? Spend 30 minutes on Saturday testing one idea with a real person. The comparison has now done its job. It gave you direction without being allowed to judge your entire life. Before you leave, take one comparison that has been bothering you. Run it through the test. Same game? Similar stage? Useful next step? If it gives you an action, write it down. If it only makes your life feel smaller, let it go. Then reset your feed. Mute one account that repeatedly makes you feel inadequate without teaching you anything. Follow someone who shows the process, not just the polished result.